pretty good today, Josh. How about you?
I'm always doing really good. It's I say this all the time, but if I was a dog, my tail would be wagging.
The dog and the tail again.
Yeah,
right?
but I do look like Brad Pitt with nice, long, luscious hair.
Well, I think you've got yourself confused with his brother, Fred Pitt.
Fred Pitt.
Yeah.
Let's not even go down that road. Let's talk about the markets today. This is a financial show. Yeah, our sponsor, Trading Academy, over 27 years teaching people just like you how to invest, how to trade in the financial market. Whether you're brand new and don't know a stock from a rock, or you're a seasoned investor and you're looking for more consistency, Trade Academy has strategies and techniques ideal for you. Now, before we get into the show, we got a lot to cover here. I just want to do a quick market update. Market over the last couple weeks has shown some movement to the upside and then kind of got stalled for maybe about 5 days or so near the all-time highs again. It did not, and what I'm looking at actually is the S&P 500. It did not breach those all-time highs. And then we've seen a nice little drop on Tuesday right after the holiday. It was a great holiday week, Labor Day, everybody enjoying the week, and they came back and it just wasn't so good for the market.
Bad start to September.
Bad start depending on which direction or which direction you want the market to go.
True. Let me retract that.
There you go.
It's not a bad start. It's just a start that was maybe bad for some people.
Correct. And that's
great for other people.
You're right. And that's why you need strategies for all market conditions. And then into Wednesday, as we know, the market, it did gap down, but showed a little bit of strength and kind of slowing down that downward trajectory as Tuesday came in. But then we know how the rest of the week went. But there's always opportunities, as we say. It's a good market. It's a bad market. It doesn't matter. It is a market that is open, and that's always bringing opportunity to us as investors, us as traders. And that's what I want to talk about today is all those opportunities that the market is really presenting itself. It's showing its face saying, hey, there's opportunities here, but you got to know the skills. You need the skills. And then you have to apply them, and that's called a strategy. What are you seeing with some of these opportunities that are going on as far as the stock market, multiple markets? We'll get into futures later, the Forex market, option stocks, or maybe even cryptocurrency if we have time. What are you seeing with all these opportunities, the increased volatility with all these different types of markets?
Yeah, I think the important word there is volatility. And we are seeing a lot of volatility in this market. This is an interesting week. We have a lot of economic data that impacted the market. You mentioned Wednesday, the JOLTS report. That's the job openings and labor turnover survey.
Sounds like an electrocution.
It does sound like it. And for some people, maybe the response would be about the same. But that showed a weakening in the labor market. And that typically would be bad news for the economy. But it happened to be decent news for the stock market because it's giving people a little more sense of security that the Fed is going to. Well, we know they're going to lower interest rates in September. That's kind of a done deal. The question is whether it will be 25 basis points or 50 basis points.
Mm-hmm.
That JOLTS report showed maybe it will be 50 basis points.
And that's a big drop.
That's a big move. People are looking forward to that. But also it means that if we don't get that, if people are assuming that's what it will be, and we don't get it, that could have a big negative impact on the market.
Mm-hmm.
We've kind of gone through this period where bad news is good news, or bad news is bad news. Good news is good news, or good news is bad news. It all depends on how it's perceived by the traders out there. So it's kind of a sensitive market right now. We're at very high valuations, which means that anything that could be kind of a blip or a negative could have a big impact on the market. It really emphasizes the fact that you have to be protected. A lot of people are sitting on some pretty good gains over the last year or two, and the problem is not many people know how to protect those gains. It's very much like having an insurance policy. We talk about this a lot. You have an insurance policy on your house. You have an insurance policy on your car. You have health insurance. Those are things that you hope you don't need, and oftentimes you don't need them. I mean, a lot of people have insurance policies on their house, and they never actually use that policy. Same thing with the car. But the one thing that you can almost guarantee 100% is that if you have a portfolio, at some point in time it will go down in value. That because the market just does that. That's reality.
And that's only if you're long the market, though. So that's why what you're alluding to is protecting
right.
that.
And most people, that is the only way that they're in the market. There's basically three ways the market can go. It can go up, down, and sideways. almost, I would say probably 80 to 90% of the public only participates in the upside of the market.
And then they're told, oh, you're supposed to take those downturns in the markets, which doesn't make any sense to me.
You should be okay with that because you're in this for the long term. That's what we call a buy and hold.
It's a great sales tactic.
Well, it is. It makes a much easier job for the financial advisors out there because they have you put together a portfolio and then just tell you, hey, hold on to this for decades. Don't worry about corrections or crashes because the market always comes back. And they are right. The market always comes back, but they don't tell you what the negative impact of drawdowns could be on your overall performance.
I want to contradict you there for a second. The market doesn't always come back for the people that are utilizing their money when the market is down. So the market may not come back for them.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the indexes themselves. The
Correct.
market will come up.
But if you think about it as an individual person, though.
Right. Individual portfolios might not, depending on how you react to what's happening in the market and how you have things structured. You mentioned opportunity. There's a lot of opportunities out there. The way that you achieve success is to be prepared to use that opportunity. And that comes from the right knowledge, the right skills to use the knowledge that will have you participating in a way where you're consistently successful and you don't go through these big ups and downs.
Yep. And basically what we're saying is protect what you have first. And you don't have to be in that camp of everybody that loses in the down markets. But there's always opportunities. There's opportunity as the market goes down. So the key is, as Al is alluding to, is having a strategy designed for all market conditions because every market is a good market. So we have investing classes to introduce you to these concepts, these techniques, and how to get started in these markets if you're brand new or if you're a seasoned investor and looking for more consistency. I want to invite you to this class. And now if you're driving, you might want to pull over. I'm going to give a text in line here, and then it'll give you a link to our landing page. So text the word investing to the number 210-210 right now for 2 seats for an investing class. When you do that, you're going to get a text right back with a link to our landing page. That way you can pick your own date and time. So make sure to click the link in there and pick your own date and time for this investing class. We do these classes all across the metro area. We have a good time talking about these markets. Al teaches these, I teach these as well. They're about 2 hours long, pretty much multiple days per week during the weekends and in the evenings. Text investing to the number 210-210 for 2 seats for an investing class. Coming up next, we have a lot more to discuss. These shows go by so fast. We're going to talk about income strategies, wealth strategies for your portfolio. This is Josh and Al, Investing and Trading Live. We will be right back.